thing for me, again, we did what we were supposed to do, win the ball game. But the most positive thing was different than the other night, I guess we go in the locker room, up 17 or 18, what was it? 14, 17? 17? And came out that first 5 minutes. And at that 16-minute mark, I remember either I called timeout or there was immediate timeout. It was a 10-point game. I thought we took a step there tonight for whatever reason. Cake told me after the game the other day, wanted to come out of the locker room earlier. I said, well, fine. If it makes all of us play better, hey, we'll stay out there on the floor. We want to go to the locker room. But we came out a minute and a half earlier. So if psychologically it made them play better, we'll do that every time. Because they weren't going to use that for excuse no more. That's my point. And like I just said on the radio, we came out and took care of business the first 5 minutes. We were efficient. I think we were 8 for 10, our first 10 possessions, and we separated the ball game. We shared the ball, and we had 18 assists, 11 turnovers, and again, half of those 11 turnovers are those self-induced, self-inflicted turnovers that we had when you get sped up a little bit. For the most part, though, we were a lot more efficient against the zone. UTEP jumped that zone, and we didn't get the ball along that baseline as much as we did tonight. We got in there to junior, and again, Q made some shots. Same shots Q had against El Paso, which were open shots. He made them tonight. We didn't have to depend on Cake as much. Even though he was really efficient, he probably didn't get as many shots tonight because Q was in rhythm. But overall, like I said, it was a good team effort. Had a great crowd. The crowd was, we got to keep building on them students. All them students were there. We need to make sure we come back in here following weekend against Marshall. Bring 2 or 3 people with you. We need this gym packed for this next home game.
Junior seemed to be a little bit more productive tonight. He had 7 assists. He spread the floor pretty well. What kind of difference does it make when he's able to play like that?
Well, Junior had 7 assists, 4 turnovers, and again, we've talked about Junior a bunch this year. We need him to play well. We need him to be productive for us. And when he adds 2 tonight, and he gave us, like I say, 7 assists, 8 points, and that's probably a long time since we had both of those from him. I mean, we need him in every way. He makes us better, for sure. Basically, he's got to play for us. So when he plays and adds 2 and take care of that basketball, gets it to the rim some tonight, it helps us.
Right, you're meant for end of the game. I got a little hairy there toward the end, but stuck with them and maybe they close it out.
You've seen a lot of Harry, haven't you? We finished it out this time being Harry. And again, as you guys know, we're not going to be on the road and have these leads. I mean, you got to play like you're on the road. I mean, you can't come out of a timeout when you've just been instructed. Grind some time. Forget the score. Clock's more important. And turn the ball over. Take a high-risk half-court pass. You just can't do that. Those are things, because on the road, you may be down 2, you may be up 2, and you got to play it. You got to play with the same mindset, and that's the learning thing from that with Damari. I asked him what he saw. He said, "I thought he was open." Well, you just can't. You can't take a chance, and it's a learning, teaching situation for him.
What'd you like about the way you guys played defensively in the second half?
Say it again.
But defensively, the second half, what'd you like about the way?
I thought we were pretty efficient. We got the lead a little bit and went zone just to kind of run that clock. Take our chances, really making some threes, but to run the clock. But for the most part, I thought we were pretty good. I thought the zone did something for us. It eliminated some of those one-on-one matchups with Beverly. Beverly had 14 at halftime, right? He gets 6 the second half. I think the zone eliminated him a little bit.
But Courtney Lee, or Jeremy Evans here this year, George Fan, Bobby Rainey, does it mean a lot to you to see some of these WKU greats come support that?
Yeah, it does. I wish I had some of those greats in uniform. No, that's good. As we get through this season, we're going to get all those guys back involved. Those are all terrific players, and they've done a lot for this university and the community, and we want those people being a part of this thing in every way and help us build this thing, get this thing back going.
Rick, you mentioned what you liked when you saw from your team, but from start to finish, was today perhaps your team's best game of the season?
No, you guys saw your best one up there in Terre Haute. But it was good. I mean, it was good. Some things, again, like I said, we got to eliminate 3 or 4 of those self-inflicted turnovers that will cost you on the road in a tight game. But I liked our effort. I like us coming out of halftime and putting a foot on somebody's throat. And again, forget to score, because we're not going to have that opportunity to come out of the locker room the next game on the road and be that way.
I feel like your team's better when they're able to control the tempo of the game like they did tonight.
I mean, you know this. I mean, we're not really a running fast team. We tried that early in the year, and you know that turnover column was double digits every time we walked in here. So choose your poison a little bit. We've slowed it down. We'll take easy baskets, but it's not like we're trying to just run it up and take quick shots. I mean, as you know, we're more of a grind team. That's just who we are. It's what it is right now. Our strength lays along that baseline in Justin, and a guy in that perimeter can really shoot it and cake. And when Q gets on, we have another guy out there. You know, then we need all those other guys playing those roles and, you know, filling in, helping us where they can.
You guys are, I guess, halfway through conference play now. Where do you think you guys are as a team, maybe compared to where you were?
Well, I mean, you know this. There's probably, you know, you can't lose home games. You know, we've had one setback, probably the one game we weren't favored in, that we were favored in, that we lost. You can't lose home games. And we had a lead. We had a big lead. We always have 12-14 second half, and we lost that lead. But we've gone on the road in this league and probably been at the 3 toughest places, at UAB, at Middle, and at Marshall. And you guys know there was positives we took from all 3 of those situations. I mean, there were spots in all those games, you know, and again, I try to find that silver lining, but there were silver linings in all of them. I mean, we get Marshall down 14 the first half, and even halftime, Middle, even the second half. All of them coming back in here, those best 3 teams. But our next challenge is this. Well, we got to go on the road and do something that we're not favored to do, that we don't supposed to do. A lot of people be hoping. We're supposed to win today. We're favored to win today. You're at home. We got to go on the road and win. We got to go somewhere and win a game. I don't know if in Florida we were favorite teams. I don't know. But we got to go on the road and win at some of the better teams in the league. And that's UTEP. I mean, that's Louisiana Tech right now. They're going to be 6-3 at the end of the day, right? They're at Middle today. They'll be 6-3. So then to Southern. And Southern's playing well right now.
Anything else?
Tommy, you got a question? Give me a question.
How's it looking next year?
Hey, you can't talk about next year. Got to play this year. Got to play this year. Yeah. You can ask. Yes, sir.
Rick, the numbers are there for Justin. You know, has a double-double again, but are there other nuances in his game that maybe aren't the stat sheet that you've seen where you like that he's improved at?
Well, the stat sheet shows his ability to pass the ball. I think he's not just a good passer. There's a lot of guys who are good passers, but he's a willing passer. I mean, he looks to pass out those double teams. And again, that'll show up on the stat sheet. You know, my biggest, not complaint, but next step JJ's got to have, and you guys have seen it through the years, he's got to shift another gear. I mean, as good as you are, I mean, you got another gear. And I say this to him all the time. You know, all these guys want to play professionally, and that's good. They should. Well, you know, that money lies in another gear. Ain't a whole lot in this gear right here. What are you willing to do to go do it? I mean, and that comes with taking care of your body, nutrition, conditioning, getting that body fat down, and getting so you can go harder. I mean, he's athletic. He can run when he wants to run. I mean, if he was going to sprint and getting ready to get a dunk, how fast is he? But coming back this end sometimes, defensively, he ain't near as fast. And he's got to do it not when you're fresh, but when you're a little bit tired. Everybody can do it when you're fresh. I don't need you then. I need you to get a little bit tired. I need you on the road. That's when things go bad, on the road. You know, at home, you got that artificial motivation behind you. You don't have it on the road. That's why you got to learn to do it every day, every possession, over and over and over. And, you know, come springtime, we didn't have a chance last spring and summer to really get into conditioning. We just trying to grab some guys and put a team together. But we got to take his body to a whole nother level. If he'll do that, he's got a chance. Because one thing you've seen he's done this past season, and this is the thing we worked on, he expanded that game, three-point line. He makes one three-pointer all last year, correct? And it was a luck shot. Is that right? Threw it in as a buzzer. What is he now? Give me a stat on him. No, on the season.
1738.
I'm not very good at math. Tommy, you're a banker. 1738, what percentage is that?
That's about 50%.
He's going to lose you a lot of money. Hey, he's going to lose you a bunch of money. Those kind of add and subtract, that's what he does. But my point is, that's pretty good. Probably bad coaching, I'll let him shoot more. Probably need him to shoot more. I feel good about him shooting it. You know, you want it at first against that zone, he makes one. Kind of want to keep drifting out there, get inside around that zone. But JJ's, he's been a good player. He's getting better, but he's got a whole nother level he can go to. And that's the level we got to get out of him next year. Anything else? Got it?
That's it.
Thanks, Coach.
50%.